Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Gaming with Sean. It's been a while. I'd like to introduce the game. It's called Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. You are looking at an alpha build of the game created by Lachlan Snell, an Australian who is the co-writer and programmer for it, and David Kerr, who is a Canadian and came up with the concept, the title, and the art. Now, this game has 4 endings. It's available on Desura, which is a program kind of like Steam, for $24.99, and right now has the character Yale. And as you can see right now, Yale is looking like Sparkling Generation Valkyrie Yuki, which is a comic made by the popular Kitty Hawk. Now, in this scene, they are showing a scene of her, or I guess him, who is to be a her, right now as a her. It's kind of hard to describe this. As that character. It's probably a dream sequence, given the clouds in the background. It's kind of obvious. Yeah, it's a dream. Kind of hurrying along here. This video is only be about 15 minutes. I'm going to cut it into 4 episodes, so to speak. Starts off pretty simple. And like I said, this game has 4 endings. I'm only going to play through the first one. If you want to see the other endings, well, you can buy it from Desura, like I said, for $24.99. And right now it's the alpha build, which has just Yale. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And they say they're going to have more characters added as they go through development. I like the name of the guy, Lecturer. Oh, hey, there's some mermaids. Loving mermaids. You don't see them enough in video games. One of the mandatory subjects this year is workplace studies. It's going to be important, I feel. Man, what school has such a sexy sculpture? Like, is that their school's mascot is mermaids? The Fightin' Mermaids. Which, as everyone knows, mermaids are the leading cause to all shipwrecks. Titanic hit a giant mermaid. Just a little known fact that everyone knows. Liam. Bet he's researching male pattern baldness. I read a story that started that way and ended with a gender change. At a lab scene. It was incredibly boring. I absolutely hated every single second of it. Tried to do as little work as possible. Looks like I was going to be able to coast. So that's Liam. Now I would like to point out that the characters that you are meeting now, they will be characters that are shown later in the game, of course, and he kind of looks like he has a hunch, doesn't he? Yale? Yale, of course, being the guy to the left. I guess that's just natural of Yale. Oh, I'm sure he doesn't have back problems now. Probably have them later. Let's see. I think I'm going to focus on the task at hand. I mean, it's a job. Now, this game, of course, is your typical visual novel. It's also considered a dating sim game. Very popular in Japan, not so much in America. But, yeah, kind of that's why it has that anime-esque style to the art. My music was pretty distracting, and I spent a fair bit of time shuffling. Oh, I want to see what's under the tarp. Now, like I said, these characters you're seeing, like Liam, they're all gonna... something's all gonna happen to them very soon. You can probably guess what's gonna happen to them. But the other characters that you can play in the game, if I'm pretty sure I'm remembering this correctly, include the other people like Liam and the other people who are working here. Okay, I'll trust you this time. It only takes one time for things to go horrible in these kind of stories. Centrifuge. It's a big word. Centrifuge. That's the centrifuge, by the way, is the machine that spins all the test tubes. I learned that a while back in school, actually, which is kind of funny considering this is set in a school. Kaboom! That is just a placeholder. I'm assuming there's going to be an awesome, not quite nuclear. Ooh, I'm grabbing my body. This always ends well. Guessing these are like horrible titty twisters. That'd be like the worst pain ever. So it's like getting kicked in the dick while you have titty twisters all at the same time. Plus like 10 times more pain, I'm guessing. What the hell? Why is my voice so high? Well, it's probably the same reason, you had such horrible pain in your crotch. I mean... and, of course, the inevitable checking out the boobs. Like the jumpy screen effect. Screenshot. Would like to point out that has a autoplay feature. You can hide the window. You can screenshot. Apparently, script scenes. You can save your status, of course, and load it. And the options you can build, pick up a help or do a health menu and whatnot. She's cute. Right now she looks like, pretty respectable woman. She doesn't look like a bimbo or anything, and that's always good. Problem I have with these kind of games like Exchange is you always end up as like a super hot, busty woman who's always in like super revealing clothing, and that isn't the case this time around. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of characters who are, super busty and revealing clothing in this, but more like awesome, hey, boobies. Aw, she got the short end of the stick. That's a shame. I'm guessing there was no lingering soreness. Especially the way the little one was fondling herself. I don't know, I think streaming and running around might help. I think I know who this person is. I'm pretty... Yeah, you're Liam. Screenshot. It's hard to come up with stuff to say for a dating sim visual novel for a Let's Play. You can't really talk about how the gameplay is because, you know, it's a book. Essentially, kind of like a choose your own adventure, although I've only chosen one thing thus far. Would like to point out that you're just clicking the mouse. You can press enter to advance. You can scroll the mouse and that'll help you go back. Some of the dialogue in case you accidentally skip some, which I have while playing. There were giant boobs! Of course, perfect vision. Because no one wants to see a hot girl with glasses. Looks like she's staring right at her breasts. Which, I mean, Dan has really nice breasts in Hale's defense. Tell me about it. Today has got to be the worst day ever. I mean, didn't turn into a giant lizard monster thing. I mean, got that going for you. Melons. Super boob jiggling. Quite descriptive. Oh, why would turning into a chick hinder their performance? I mean, statistically, women do worse at math, but, you know, this is science that works like magic. I can't see any reason why that would hurt their performance. Lynn. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Lynn's not gonna ever turn back. She's adapting way too quickly. In fact, I'm predicting she's going to end up looking like a stripper. Yep. Sexy stripper. Doubt there'll be a poll, though. Okay. Well, this ends this first part of the 4-part series on Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. Here's some of the settings you can do. Skip settings, read text, display, and whatnot. I'm going to save. And with that, I will end this first part. And I'd like to thank y'all for watching. And I invite y'all next week to watch part 2 of GBDNA TE.